No. Okay. Oh no, Grizzles, the sun is going down. Oh no. Will we ever see the sunshine again? Looks like a big, massive explosion, that doesn't it, with that fucking chemtrail? I don't know why it's out of focus like that. Do you, Chris? Why is that out of focus like that? Nobody's interested in the peaceful sunsets. Oh, what a sad time we're living in. We had 44 people tuning in for a bit of fucking calling out earlier. But when it comes to beautiful things that any psychiatrist would advise, get out and get some vitamin D. They're like, just aren't interested. Fucking Gert comical, isn't it, Black? Yes, yes, Purple Aki. You make sense of that, but we share beautiful things like the good life that I share with the dogs and the adventures and the sunsets and sunrises. But there's less folk interested in that stuff. Folk want the drama. They want the calling out and the name calling. That's madness, don't you think? I don't know why with this what you call it dual chat for the YouTube that it puts everything out of focus. But one thing I've learned is I turn the phone horizontal. So I was hoping it'd get a better picture. But it doesn't encourage a better picture. It makes the picture worse because it's all out of focus. All right, my boy. Oh, you know. Oh, the Grizz wants cuddles. Oh, sexy and you knows it. Just like your daddy, eh? Huh? Just like me. Sexy and you knows it. That's it. Bottom line, sad fuckers want drama. When I closed my stream earlier, I went over and checked out the Bobo channels and unsubscribed from them all. If I've not got a voice there, if my comments are being blocked, there ain't no point in remaining subscribed. Same with Let's and his no content channel, unsubscribed. Wow, what's going on? Oh, right. Keep putting my finger in front of the camera. um, yes, yes, our process tag. Robotic polishing, buffing the boer. Good evening. You're watching the same thing by the reservoir. But you can't see that friggin' line, can you? That friggin' in between them clouds. You're gonna have different lines around you, I'd imagine. I approached a British TikToker earlier. He's got a YouTube channel as well, and I don't remember his name. But I said, "Hello, you're that TikTok fella, you know?" And he said he walked on past, and I says, "Well, you're an ignorant cunt, aren't you?" And he says, "I'm in a rush." I said, "But you're always in a fucking rush." So here's a little bit of gossip I learned from somebody today. All right, you know that Axel Rose that was in the Axel Rose 2, yeah, that was in the chat earlier, all right? Well, apparently he's upset somebody else, a fella called Lambie, and apparently Lambie's going sorting him out at 8 o'clock tonight. Huh? Now, from that side of the YouTube, there's a lot of that. I'm going to doorstep you. Let's have a meet up. So, it'll be interesting to see if Lammy does stick to his word and go and sort out that fucking Axel. I mean, he is walking on a very thin tightrope, and he ain't a very well balanced fella. Neither of them are. I mean, from what I know about that Lammy, he always followed the shit talking communities, and he never had any time for himself. Unlike Bristol Bomber always greeted and meted. And yeah, it's a big up Bristol Bomber. If you earned a couple of K from Lammy, you dumb fuck. And big up Bristol Bomber. So as the sun goes down beyond the mountain there of the Granadas, I mean, do they get a later sunset than I do? Surely, because they're further west than me. Now, you can pay attention to where the sun went down, yeah? Because over the next few months, we'll see it going down in that direction, yeah? Hey, hey, Travis! The old fashioned sunsets yet again. Yep. I don't know if you was listening to me live earlier, Travis, but it was a funny one. I couldn't stop laughing. It was fucking comical, but here, a bit of a peaceful evening, a calming before the storm. And yeah, I had a bit of a battery on the phone after I plugged into the solar, and I took out one of the power packs. I had 20% on my power pack, and I was flashing at 4, but I've got like 55% on my on my phone. So 20% put onto like, yeah, that was quite weird because when I turned off the live earlier, I had 4% on my phone, and now my power pack's flashing at 4, but I got 55% from a 20% charge on the power pack. Oh, yeah. Hello. I send hello to a couple of sexy bitches. You want to see them? The big dog's with an elderly man, and the smaller one is with a female, probably in her mid-30s. So is that her sugar daddy, or is that her daddy daddy? Mm. As a zip line, that is, and it goes around in a square. Does that make sense? It goes around in a square. How can you have a round in a square? And apparently, this is where you've got to get to this platform for any bit of depth of water, and a lot of people don't bother swimming out that far. Apparently, there's rock ledges, yeah, artificial beach, and I don't know if you can see those trees there, right? But I found out from somebody who's familiar with this city more than I am, and that's where the occupy, or that's where the abandoned buildings were 10 years ago when I came through Benidorm, and that's where I slept in one of those abandoned buildings. There was a storm, and I was just sat on the porchway taking a bit of shelter, and the doors and windows were all flapping. So I went in, and it had the electricity. I only stayed there for a couple of days until the storm passed, and then we went on to Elche because we had the invite by that Dutch lady that paid me 2.5 grand for 5 nights and days of pleasure. Has anybody else been paid like that for a dirty week? I mean, it's a workman's week, isn't it? 5 days and nights. Has anybody else been paid like that? I mean, as a dirty tramp that I am, okay, fair enough. I had more teeth back then. On the front, anyways. Oh, Purple, like he's keeping his dirty secrets. He ain't kissing, telling. Happy days. I'm not very happy with this live, with this horizontal now because it's out of focus. I'll end this live and wish you all a good evening, because what I'll do now is save me battery and potentially pay attention to other channels, but not Joey Bobo or Lex or anywhere where those two Muppets are. I've washed my hands with them forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah, but just heads up. Wait. Oh yeah, well out of focus. Hey. I can't even turn my phone up vertical when it's on this thingy. Yeah, just as a heads up. What was I gonna say? I can't remember now. So, yep, I wish you all a good evening. Thanks for joining for Blackie, Travis, Albert, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.